Hello, everyone. I'm here with Susan Miller, the founder of Astrology Zone. Welcome, Susan, to Pop Style TV.
Oh, I'm thrilled to see you again. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, it's always a pleasure. I have to tell our viewers that I always follow your calendar, this year's calendar. So maybe you can share a little bit about your annual calendar that comes out every year, and what can people expect getting it?
Well, I think it's my secret sauce. By looking at every single day of a year coming up, it really gives me a good structure of the year, and I can see the major trends. I also look at every new moon and full moon, and that gives the structure of every month. And I can see if it's a friendly one or a little witch, a little mean little a little one, and I give my readers ideas of how to deal with that crazy witch. But it's a really good thing to plan your year, because otherwise time goes through your hands, your fingers, and you don't even know what you did last year. I know it's hard enough to remember, but now we all remember that we were home for 2 years in the pandemic, and the happy news is this is a much better year. And you say, well, how do you know that? Well, when I was looking at 21, I thought, this is a remake of 2020. It's like two little twins. They're not much different. Oh, gosh. And I thought, I didn't even write the year ahead. I thought, I'm going to take a break. I don't want to tell my readers this, maybe it is better they don't know. But this year, what I look for is little sparkling aspects sprinkled through the year. And that didn't happen in 21, but it is happening this year. And that those little wonderful bursts of optimism and help and just a lucky breaks give us the motivation to keep on going toward our difficult goals. Like, I want to buy a house, I want to have a baby, I want a new job, I want to start a business, whatever it is. These are big goals, so they take time and effort. So you need those little bursts of help throughout a year. And that's what I look for when I write my calendar. So I get a very good sense of what's coming up. This year is very unusual in that Jupiter, the giver of gifts and luck, spent his first 4.5 months in Pisces. And he's leaving on May 10th. And he's going into Aries. And that means everybody gets opportunity in a different area of the chart. He's going to stay all the way until the end of October. And then he backs into Pisces. So Pisces gets one last, it's their emerald year. So when you have Jupiter in your sign, it's the luckiest time. It's just so good. Oh. And you have to watch the people who come into your life. So if you're Pisces, think about who came into your life the first part of this year. And then you see a difference in the middle part, and then you get another chance from Halloween to just before Christmas. I'll give you holidays so you can remember. It's Perfect. The end of October through December 20th. The problem is Jupiter's retrograde until November 22nd. So that's when it starts to get really good, when Jupiter wakes up and is strong. So, for all the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and also the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that's good when Jupiter's in Pisces, because water and earth make flowers. It's fertile. It's good. Now, all the other signs do well in the main body of the year from May 10th to the end of October. So everybody gets pieces of chocolate.
What's happening to the water signs during that period?
Well, I'll tell you. Let's go through the signs.
Okay.
First of all,
but let me see if I understood this correctly, because like I am not an expert, but I know basics when it comes to like Pisces and when it comes to, so is it that it's
I'm going to tell you where you're going to have Jupiter from near Mother's Day. You know, Mother's Day this year, I think, is May 8th, but Jupiter moves into Aries May 10th. It stays till almost the end of October. And in Aries, well, if you're in Aries, you're having your emerald year. This is the best in 12 years. Why do I say 12 years? Because it takes 12 years for Jupiter to go around the sun. He spends 1 year in each sign. You might say, well, I think Pisces is getting gypped. No, they had a brief period in 21 when it was very, very good. It was from May 16th to July 28th, but it was at its strongest from May 16th to June 20th, because then Jupiter went retrograde. And actually, I called my daughter and I said, you know, did anything earth-shattering happen to you during that period, Diana? Anything? She said, sure, Mommy, don't you remember? That's when I had my IVF procedure on June 15th. It was Grandma's birthday, my mother, little mom.
Oh.
I said, oh my gosh, that happened during that brief window in Pisces. So everybody should look back to last year, around middle of May to the end, to June 20th. Did something big happen? Actually, for me, Louis Vuitton called from Paris, the company, and asked me to help them celebrate the 200th anniversary of Mr. Vuitton's birthday. And they were going to do a worldwide celebration, and there wasn't a lot known about him. And they said, could you do his chart? We know what time he's born. We would like more details on what he was like. And I said, oh, what a pleasure. And then they asked me to design a window. So I would say I had something earth-shattering happen. We didn't look for it. It came like a meteor right through my window. I was very grateful. And it was really fun working with their London lab, because they worked with me to design the window that I had in my mind. I wanted to put the universe in one of his trunks. They said, we're asking different people to design something inside the trunk or outside.
So cool.
And I said, I want the whole solar system inside the trunk. Is that too hard? And sparkling stars. They said, no, that's not too hard. We know how to do that.
Oh, that's great.
And
let's also mention that your daughter's IVF was successful.
It was.
Congratulations.
Just had the baby. 7 pounds, 11 ounces, little baby Oliver. And I was out in LA. I can easily move my operation from New York, where I live, to LA, because I write. Although I must say, all I wanted to do was play with the baby. But she really needed help. You know, groceries and cooking. Oh, I love to cook. I became a great home cook during the pandemic. So it was my pleasure to make wonderful things for her, to make sure they were nutritious and, you know, the right calories and everything, and
amazing,
fulfilling. And no, it was really fun. You know, I had to get used to her stove. It's different than mine. And I had to figure out, you know, but I did.
But let's talk about what are we to expect this year?
Well, yeah. So Taurus, I want to talk to you a minute. You're going into a quiet period. You know, Aries has all the fanfare this year, but Jupiter will go into Taurus in May, right near your birthday next year, in 2023. So this year is a preparation year. You tie up loose ends, get things finished, start new goals. You're starting a new cycle. And it could be really great. You know, you've made some new friends this year, Taurus, in the first part of the year. You will make more friends near the holiday time, You're so lucky. You have all the aspects working for you. And then just a gorgeous year in 23, beginning in May for 12 months. Gemini, you've had really great career opportunities so far this year. You are coming up in the world. Your name is in lights, but there was a lot of work to do. You were tap dancing quickly. Now, when Jupiter goes into Aries, you're going to make many new friends. Oh. And even if you're active on social media, you will get many new followers. So this is a time of expanding your circle, expanding your community, and maybe giving back, because the 11th house is the humanitarian house, the house where we have compassion for others. And, what's going on in Ukraine, we definitely have that. And people are finding different ways to help. And so you may be at the vanguard of that this year. Then later in the year, watch December. I would say from Thanksgiving until right before Christmas, you will get another shot of career news that's very exciting. Wow. Okay, now we have Cancer. Cancer's had cancers. I love the little Cancers. Oh my gosh, they're so sensitive and darling that you go to a Cancer when you have a problem and they drop everything and listen. Cancer has not had it easy with a relationship, but luckily they're coming out of that. And in the front part of the year, Cancer, you had luck with foreign people, foreign places, also with higher education. Maybe you went back for a college degree or your master's degree, or maybe you went into publishing or broadcasting. Maybe you have your own podcast, something in that vein. It's all about information. Now, when Jupiter goes into Aries, whoa, is your career going to take off like a rocket? Nice. And you're going to get great feedback from your boss. They love you. They can't live without you. And you will know that. So this is the biggest year in a decade for your career. And it starts the middle of May to the end of October. Then you get another shot in 2023, the front part of the year. So that won't be over, when the holidays come. You're just resting for the next go. Good. Leo is going to be able to travel. Fire signs don't like to stay home and be shuttered in. And all of them have been feeling very contained. The first part of the year allowed you to see a payoff to your investment. You might say, well, I don't know, I don't have too many stocks. Well, wait, maybe you invested in your education. Maybe you invested in a house. I don't know. There's many ways. Maybe you invested in special lessons for your child. There's many ways we invest. Well, you're starting to see that pay off. Front part of the year, yes. Now you're going to be able to travel, and foreign people are going to be very lucky for you. Now, when I had that aspect, I thought, well, that's not happening to me. This was a while back, until I realized that when Elle called me, the magazine, to write for them, it was coming from Hachette, which is home office is Paris. But the call came from New York to me in New York. So I didn't make the connection. Wow. At the time, Hachette owned Elle. Now they sold it, but isn't that great? So You see, you may think, that's not happening to me, but it is. You have to look closer, right. And so foreign people, very lucky for the Leos. At the end of the year, commissions, any kind of money you share with another person, royalties, or venture capital, bank loan, credit cards. You get, people who have money open the door for you. And roll out
oh my God, I wish I was that sign.
So that's kind of nice, because Leo always has ideas that they need to fund. So it's good. The Virgos have the best marriage aspects. If they're dating seriously, I would like them to get engaged right before Christmas, not on Christmas. A lot of people get engaged for Christmas, but Jupiter leaves on December 20th. So do it earlier in the year, or earlier in the month, I should say. And then you can tell your family afterwards. But I want you to, get the proposal and say yes, or give the proposal. Girls are giving proposals too. Right. So,
now, do you suggest this to be more intimate, like not public? Because you said,
yeah, it could be like a secret between the two of you, which is so nice. Now, if they didn't get engaged by the middle of May, then wait until December, which is such a celebratory month anyway. It's just so nice. Now, if you say, well, wait, I'm not dating anybody. As a matter of fact, I don't want to date anybody. Well, then any kind of partnership is lucky to hire an agent, a wedding planner, a new dentist, a new doctor, a new accountant, anyone who works one-on-one to your benefit, a real estate broker, anyone who's partnering with you to help you with their expertise. Very lucky. Now, if you are married, your partner does really well this year, and you both will benefit as a result. Now, middle of the year, Virgo a few years ago was hit with so many unexpected expenses. And this is unusual for them because they're very good at keeping receipts, staying on top of their bank accounts, seeing what's coming in. And they're just excellent at money management. Well, this year, money is flowing in. It comes in as commissions, severance. If the company goes out of business, you get an amazing package. Also, royalty. No, Virgo also, if they need money, they'll have access to it. They could even win a prize. I think every Virgo should think about going on television like Jeopardy. Really? They have photographic memory. They remember facts. Most of them are in communication, or they make great librarians. Now it's time to cash in on all that.
Tell my friend, the Virgo friend.
They're just great. I love the Virgos, and they don't get the credit they deserve because they're like gazelles. They work in the background, and they help everyone. But it's so seamless, that they sometimes don't get the credit they deserve for how hard they are working to help everybody. Many of them are in the healthcare industry, like nurses. They make the best. But they make fabulous editors. Some of my best editors were Virgos because they see.
They're well organized, right?
Or, an M dash, whatever it is. Now, they are going to make money this year. So Virgo, you should be really happy about that. I would say the month when you're going to see some good news about money would be April and October. And you say, wait a minute, that's tax time in April. Well, you may get a refund. Libra. Libra has wonderful aspects for getting the best assignments. Now, if they're self-employed, customers will be ringing the phone. They want your services or your goods. Wow, this is such a good year. And it's not the year for fame and honors, but this year propels you, starts the trajectory toward that. You get that in about 4 or 5 years. But everything you're doing now is leading to recognition. The other thing is for Libra is that they could lose weight. They could lose weight.
Libra, I have to tell her that her diet will be
those pandemic pounds, those stubborn pandemic pounds.
Yes.
But when you have Jupiter in the 6th house, I find it's really easy to lose weight. Isn't that interesting? They also have great marriage aspects. And I think their husband or wife has been working on some kind of goal that starts to grow in the garden like a big hibiscus flower as big as a dinner plate.
Nice.
And it's very exciting. It's also a great year for Libra to get married, and that this is the marriage sign. So
Oh, no, I didn't know this.
oh yeah, Kim Kardashian has 5 planets in Libra. She loves to get married. She's done it several times.
Yes.
But that's why she's studying law, because Libra also rules law. And many of them become great attorneys or judges or prosecutors. But like my sister, who's a Libra, she married a very prominent lawyer. So they like to be around that. The Libras always think that life should be fair. The rest of us are like, life's not fair. You're a little Libra, that doesn't happen. But they're like, no, we can make it fair. And I love their idealism. It's sweet.
Yeah.
Now, Scorpio, you have had really wonderful personal kind of energy in your chart where you could find love, you could fall in love all the way to the middle of May. And then it changes. And Mars in Aries, not Mars, sorry. Jupiter in Aries will help you build a business, or if you work for others, be really productive and impressive. And you will get lots of offers for jobs. If your company is not doing well and you're thinking, I should really look around, yes, this is a good year. Now, you might find something that's on the same level, but you would be able to increase your status at work in August. So you never want to take a vacation in August, because that's your month to come up the ladder of success. And if you're not there, I don't want you to miss it.
Oh, wow,
So,
that's good to know. It's important.
and also it's a wonderful time to become more healthy. Everybody's been home. Nobody's been going to the gym, or very few people. And, we miss our routines, So maybe they would want to go back to the gym or take up swimming or a new sport. Taking up a new sport is such a nice idea. Or just getting out in the country and going hiking and being more active. Now, Sagittarius, they have the best real estate aspects. If you have property you need to buy or sell or rent, wow, I want you to put the pedal to the metal and get out there and look for that dream space. But you only have until the middle of May. Then if you don't move, you don't want to move, feather your nest, make it prettier, make it more comfortable, more inviting, because you're going to have the best romantic aspects of anyone in the zodiac. Jupiter in Aries is such a blessing, and it's a fire sign, and you're a fire sign. This is so compatible. You absorb the goodness without even trying. And this is the best in over a decade to meet someone. So if you say, well, I never meet anyone, well, we all have that problem. But this coming year is different. And in this summer, and it starts the middle of May, goes all the way to the end of October. Then your real estate aspects get one more boost. I would say Thanksgiving to almost Christmas, the 20th of December. If you have to move, I'm really going to urge you to keep looking. And because you won't even want to leave home, and your boss may let you work at home. So this is just perfect. But this is a year to fulfill your private life. You've been working hard and, really getting ahead, but now you think about you, and, the women I know, everybody wants to get ahead at their job, but sometimes they forget that it's nice to have a partner. It's nice to have children or a house or a condo or apartment, a rental with a pretty view, they can have that. When you have Jupiter in the fourth house, you should not settle. You should get your dream situation. And I remember telling that to my older daughter when she was just out of college. Mm-hmm. And she said, Mommy, astrology doesn't work in Manhattan. I said, no, it does. And I told her, don't take that place. That's too small. Keep looking. She said, but I want to live in the Lower East Side. I said, yeah. You'll get your perfect neighborhood. You get everything you want when Jupiter's in that house. And she did. She found such a beautiful 1,200 square feet apartment
in Manhattan.
Yeah, so it does work even in Manhattan. Now, Capricorn's doing something interesting. Their house of communication is lit up like Times Square until the middle of May. So they may have been working on a manuscript, a podcast, TV show, something, internet show. Mm-hmm. But now they start thinking about their home. So from May 10th to the end of October, they can move. And because Jupiter will be in Aries, that rules fire, I think it'll have a fireplace. Those are good. You know, everybody in LA has fireplaces. We don't have them in New York. This is crazy. Not fair.
We need them more.
We need it more because it's cold here all the time. But Capricorn, you look for that place to live because you're going to be so happy all the way through. If you're not quite ready, you have still some time at the beginning of 2023. But I would really like you to start browsing, seeing what things cost or how much the rentals are in the neighborhood you want to live, because you are going to be luckier than a leprechaun. Oh. So, and you know, it's funny. I read in New York Magazine that most people move between May and September because they have children in the schools. But that just means the whole market gets more fluid. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you have children or not. People start moving around. And also nobody wants to move when it's snowing, you know. and it's so much easier to do it when it's warm. So I would like little Capricorn to look, just browse. Now, if you love where you're living, you can renovate. You can renovate your kitchen or bathroom, you know, or buy some new furniture, and you'll probably get it on sale because you're so lucky. Just the piece you want right there in front of you on sale. You never know. I remember once I wanted a glass desk. Mm-hmm. I wanted a beautiful thick glass because I want to put my desktop computer on it. I have 6 computers. I have to, because I can't have any of them go down, you know, and I keep them all up to date. And and if anybody comes over, they can use one, you know, some of my assistants and so forth, researchers. But, you know, at the time, my husband was out of work and it was hard. I had children who were little and I was paying the tuition for the private schools. And I went in the laundry room feeling like Cinderella with fruit-stained T-shirt. And I'm just feeling like life has pounded me into the ground. And I look on the bulletin board, glass table for sale. Oh, wow. Glass dining room table. But it wasn't a dining room table. It was a desk, really, in my opinion. I like, you know, a decent sized desk. I don't like scrawny little desks. Yeah. This was perfect. It was 1.5 inches thick. It was beautiful. So I called the lady and I said, look, I'm going to my ATM machine. I'm going to give you a deposit. She said, but how are you going to get it to your apartment? I have a messenger service. They know how to do this, you know, and she was in my building. And she said, you know what? I'm going to give you my white couch if you'd like it. I'm like, yes. Oh, yes, definitely. And it was $600 for all this.
For a desk and a couch.
Yes. Wow. So I'm telling you, when I say you can get lucky, little Capricorn, you must believe me. So anyway, now we go to Aquarius. Aquarius is doing so well with earning the money they deserve. But that's ending now. So I wanted you to get your raise before May 10th. If you can't, then you try again at the end of the year between Thanksgiving and just before Christmas. But in the middle of the year, I know so many Aquarians who have a communications project. They're writing a book. They're writing a screenplay. They want a column in a newspaper online. Gosh, I think of all my friends. Think of your Aquarian friends. They're all working on something that has to do with communication, and that glitters like diamonds in the sun. So I want them to keep to the program and do it. And Pisces, all the opportunity and work you did in the front part of the year, from January to the middle of May, will start paying off big time. Money is going to be rolling in, and it's money you earn. It's not money you share with anybody else. This is a different house than what the Virgos have. This is pure money that's yours.
Oh, that's amazing.
You can do whatever you want. You can pay off debt, but I think you'll have lots left over. You can save some, invest some, and still get that designer bag you wanted, or something else you had, a new computer, or maybe a down payment on a new car, or buy an apartment. You're going to be in the chips. You are doing well, Pisces. And Pisces does not usually focus on money. This is not a materialistic sign. Neither is Virgo. They focus on the product, the creativity, but not on the money itself. They feel money is a byproduct of everything they do. And it's true. And Forbes magazine says the richest signs are Pisces and Virgo, but that's because they're focusing on the product.
On the quality.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.